Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Let's Talk, where I will be sharing my testimony on things that I had to endure and overcome as a young child until present. And you guys will see how God has been and still is elevating my life from them times until present. And so we're now on volume 18, part 1. Now I became a British citizen in 2022. I've got my British passport, and now we're jumping into 2023. Things was going on the up and up, irrespective of everything else that was going on. But at the same time, we still have to give God glory for the things that were going good, right? Amen. So now we transition into 2023, and this was when I moved to Africa. Yes, guys, I moved to Africa in 2023, and this was whilst I was still managing my venue. So, I had to make preparations in terms of going on holiday, but this was not until like the 4th month of 2023. That's when I decided that I'm going to move to Africa with my African politician army ex-partner. So I started packing up all my things. I started the shipping process because of course I had to move from the place that I was living at, including my African ex-politician partner. He too had to start packing up his stuff to ship them off. While he was shipping off his stuff, he took my stuff as well and he was shipping them off to Africa. So we were doing this in the first 3 months of 2023. So that was like January, February, and March, because we had to move in April. So when I say everything, I'm talking about all my appliances. So I had a 50-inch flat screen smart TV. I had like lots of things that needed to be shipped off essentially, because again, I'm moving to Africa. So why would I need them to be here? Even though I could give them to my mom or something, but my mom already had all her stuff, so she wouldn't need them. And I know I keep saying Africa, and I know Africa is a big continent, but at the same time, just for the sake of protecting one's identity, I use the entire continent of Africa, just not to piece out anyone, because I'm not trying to out anyone, because my main aim is to share my testimony on the things that I have been through and overcome. So that is the aim. It's not to out anyone, it's not to, diminish anyone's character, it's not to trample upon anyone's character, it's not to point fingers at anyone, no. Because again, as a child of God, we're not here to do that. We're not here to bash anyone, but we're here to speak about the things that we have been through so that we can be a light to other people that are going through it, that irrespective of the situation that you're in, you will get through it by the grace of God. You just need to put your trust in Him. Yes. So now April came, we moved now to Africa. I told my workplace that I'm going on a 1-month holiday. They did not know my whole intention was to move inevitably. I just put on this facade that I'm just going on a 1-month holiday, even though they were giving me a very hard time to get even that 1-month holiday. I even said to them, okay, I'll take 3 weeks and then 1 week unpaid, just for them to approve the 1-month holiday. Yeah, they were giving me a very hard time, because usually they can only approve up to 3 weeks, and even 3 weeks is even hard to get, let alone 4 weeks. But they managed to still give me the 4 weeks because I gave them convincing stories, of course, by the help of my ex-African politician guy. You know that he's a liar, he's a compulsive liar, so he can tell lie for the world. So now I'm in this new place. I was shocked by the standards and everything, though it had similarity to Jamaica. But let me tell you guys this, even though Jamaica is a 3rd world country, you would say that this African country that I was in comparison to Jamaica would be a 1st world country to that country, even though it had similarities to that of Jamaica. Because when I was there, I was thinking, this reminds me of Jamaica so much, yada, yada, yada. But then the cost of living, the lifestyle, it's somewhat different, of course. I'm in a whole new country. It's different. The lifestyle, the livity, everything was just different. But some things just brought me back to Jamaica. And of course, they have their beautiful side of the country as well, because they have their nice beaches, they have all of that, because it's a hot country. There was like tourist places and that, but it's not as popular as Jamaica, our little small island. And this country is much bigger than Jamaica by far. First, you guys must be wondering, so how did it went as it relates to me not going back to work. And did I ever resign my post? No, I never. Actually, what had happened was my ex-partner at the time, remember I told you guys that this man is very good at his lie and he can lie for the world. Okay, so this man decided that after the month ran out, he came up with this whole elaborate plan stating that, okay, once the month runs out, what we're going to do is he's going to get some of his doctor linkies. So they would call it linky in Jamaica. So he got some of his doctor friends basically to, conjure up a letter, a sick note rather, to send to my employers back here in the UK whilst I was there. Because me, I wouldn't even think of that. I would not have think of that. Back then, when I was in sin, when I was living in sin, I would lie, but never in comparison to what his lie. His lie was detrimental. I can tell you, this man could lie for the world. That's how good he was at lying. He contacted some of his linkage. He got the letter and I was able to send it to my employers. Mind you, this letter was legit. Stamp, letterhead, everything was on this letter. So you know that if they should research, they would see that this hospital is a legit hospital in that country. Do you get what I'm saying? This is how good this man was with his linkage. And at the time, it helped because then I was still getting paid. Without that sick letter proof, I would not get any pay whilst I'm on holiday. It was sick pay, but though it was not much, it was a lot in that country. So after a while now, my employer, they decided that they needed more than just the letter. They needed proof, like physical proof of me actually being in a hospital. So my ex-partner decided that, okay, we're gonna have to ump up this lie a notch. He made plans with the doctors already. When I went in, all I had to do was lie down in one of their beds in the hospital. So they pretended to put on drip on me. They the monitor, everything there. And then my ex-partner would take a picture of me. My employer at the time as well, they decided that, so it was my line manager. He decided that no, they want to see me on video call with a member of the HR department. So it was my line manager as well as a member of the HR department that was on a Zoom call, and they were trying to see me in the bed. Mind you, the way how I had to be acting, I had to put on this whole acting facade. At this point, my ex-partner took over the conversation because I could not lie like he was lying, and I was getting frustrated, I was getting anxious, and I was getting anxiety at the time because I was like, I don't know what to say. He could come up with the lie within. So he said, okay, I'm going to take over the communication from them. And I said, okay, good. That helped a lot. So they were communicating directly to him because apparently I'm too sick to actually be in communication anyways. Oh God, thank you, Jesus, for deliverance. And I was pretending like I couldn't talk as much. And then my ex-partner took over the conversation and they said, okay, it's all right, it's all right. They hanged up. My ex-partner sent them the pictures and they uploaded it onto my file. So we were continuously doing this for over 2 months period to keep up with the lies because they had to pay me every month. I still had to make sure that I was keeping up this elaborate act, and it was draining because I had to be doing all the acting. I had to pay the doctors so it didn't come free. Yeah, thank God it worked out because the money that we had, we were able to pay them and we had much left. Anyways, remember I was telling you guys about all my appliances that I had shipped off from the UK to the African country. So tell me now, why did this man went ahead of me and sold my things behind my back and then had the audacity to be lying to my face that they did not arrive yet? That time the stuff already had come. Some of them had already been sold even before I reached to the country because remember we had shipped off the stuff like 3 months prior. Some of my things were sold already behind my back whilst I was in the UK even before I moved to the country. And then when we were there, I'm thinking, why is my stuff not here? And his stuff was already there. I'm nonetheless wiser. So I'm going off of what he said. I was sleeping with the devil at the time. So, anything that he said, it was just doctrine. This country, I'm in a strange place, so whatever he said, that was it. And I was thinking, okay, maybe it's just their shipment company, it's just long, everything for them is just long because they're backabush. That's what I was thinking, not knowing that my stuff already had reached there and he had already started selling my stuff behind my back. So I remember one of the days I was in one of his offices in the capital city of the country, because he had many offices around different areas of the country, because remember, he's a politician, so he had to have different offices. And this office that we were at is in the capital city. Yeah, as we were there in the office, I remember him telling one of his security and his private driver to let us go to DHL place to go and collect my TV and some other stuff that was there. So here I am now thinking, oh, my stuff came now. I was happy, not knowing that they were already there. It's just that they didn't get the time to go collect them. Some of them had come before some. Those ones that had come before, he already had sold those off already. So of course he would be telling me lies still, that they're still on their way. We went and go pick up those stuff. When we came back, I am thinking now, okay, my stuff is coming home with me. Why did this man already made plans with one of his other workers in the place to sell my TV too, whilst I was there? And I did not realize this. When it come now, I'm thinking, okay, my TV is in the vehicle and that. He said, so he brought me into his office and he said, Shay, it doesn't make no sense we bring the stuff back home because we have all these things at home already. Mind you, yeah, that is true. He had all this stuff in his house and everything, all the appliances and that, because his place was nice. However, you did not come to me and ask me, why did you sell my things behind my back? It's just common courtesy. I would not do that to you. That's what I was saying. I said, I would have never dealt with you in that manner. I would have dealt with you like a human. Because again, you know, it's my stuff. I tried hard for them. So yeah, so after of him trying to convince me and, you know, making it sound good, you know, it doesn't make sense, hon. And at the end of the day, yeah, we're selling it. We're going to get some more money from them as well. So it's good. So I'm thinking, all right, you know what? Let it go, because it doesn't make sense. We're going to have the triple of it when we already have all these things at the house already anyways. So I said, okay, but what bothered me was the fact that it was just so comfortable with selling my things without even consoling me. That's what bothered me the most about the whole situation, because I'm thinking, what else would you not do? Guys, this is it. But stay tuned for the next volume as we jump into volume 18, part 2. Thank you, guys.